occasion for us as our students are going to share their findings and opinions about our very own culture. They are indeed very excited as they are working on this international project with Leo Academy UK. So, without much delay, I would invite Miss Revati and Miss Pritika for further proceedings.
Thank you, ma'am. A nation's
Thank,
culture resides in the hearts and the soul of its people.
on this beautiful morning, we all have gathered here to show our findings on our beautiful Indian culture.
Before proceeding, we would like to take permission from our worthy principal, ma'am. Ma'am, may we?
Yes, dear. Good morning and go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. So let's begin today's assembly with a beautiful prayer.
A sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my God. Like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my God. In simplicity, charity, I follow. In simplicity, charity, I follow. Like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my God. In simplicity, honesty, I follow. In simplicity, honesty, I follow. Like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my God.
Wow, such a melodious prayer. Thank you, Amritpal.
Oh, मैं क्या जी? जी आया हूँ. We are blessed to be honored with such a rich culture. Our culture heartily welcomes everyone.
Indian culture is the most complex and colorful culture on the planet. The way people look, their language, their food, their way of dressing, their music and dance, everything changes every 50 or 100 kilometers in this country. This is India.
India is the only nation in the world with more than 19,000 languages or dialects spoken as mother tongue, with more than 42,000 festivals, and each and every region having its own culture, but still stands united. calmness, gentleness, silence, self restraint, and purity. These are the disciplines of mind, said Shastras. The Indian literary tradition is the oldest culture in the world. It is primarily one of verse and essentially royal. Now let's talk to Astha and Diksha and they'll let us know more about Shastras.
If achieving sustainability is the first and foremost about making an appropriate use of the planet resources, then culture must be the center of our development strategies. Good morning, everyone. I Diksha Roda.
And I, Astha, and we are going to share the importance of Shastras in our culture.
Culture frame people's relationships to others in the society and the world around them.
Culture. Culture means human values. It is defined as a set of distinctive spiritual, material, and emotional features of society or a social group, and that it encompasses in addition to art, literature, lifestyles, traditions, and beliefs.
For us, culture means to follow the principles given in the Shastras.
Shastras means precept rules. It lays down the theological disciplines for worship of the deities. Some of the commonly known Shastras are Vastu Shastra, Shilpa Shastra, Archita, and Shabad Shastra.
The Shastras and climate are interrelated. Shastras relate with the change in seasons and day and night, and it aims to create a balance between living beings and environment.
The body is made up of five elements: earth, water, air, fire, and space. And these elements helps us to think, relates us with nature, and helps to maintain a proper balance between the nature and human body.
Gayatri Mantra. This inspire and guide our intellect in the right direction.
In our school, morning prayer starts with Gayatri Mantra and we grab all the positivity of the environment. This positivity helps us to gain positive attitude and peaceful mind, which leads towards sustainability.
Chanting the powerful Gayatri Mantra is a great way to release fear and bring healing to your mind and body.
Our resources for the presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Apart from the Vedas, which are a sacred form of knowledge, there are other works such as Hindus' epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, treatises such as Vastu Shastras in architecture and town planning, and Earth Shastras in political science. Thank you, Astha and Diksha, for telling us about Shastras.
We are made from Mother Earth and we go back to our Mother Earth. Mother Earth is also known as goddess of Indian cultures. The cultural perspective on Earth or the world varies by society and time period. Indian calls our Mother Earth as Bharat Mata as a symbol of love. Now, let's talk to Ayan and Saurabh. They will give us more information about it.
Good morning, everyone. I am going to share with you all the connection of our culture with Mother Earth. All the pictures which you will see in my presentation are handmade and are made by me. So here I begin. What do you mean by culture? Culture is a way for us to express our feelings to others and show respect to Mother Earth. How does sustainability play a role in your community? People of our community promote cloth bag to save Mother Earth from harmful plastic bags. Action taken by our school against climate change. Our school has started a culture to plant a sapling on birthday by every child. Thank you.
The exploration of our Mother Earth has modified many of the perceptions of the planets, resulting in a viewpoint of a global integrated ecosystem that was beautiful presentation indeed. Thank you, Saurav and Ayan.
One who talks sweet spend all their days in happiness, said Rigveda. The Vedas are some of the most treasured gems in Indian culture and heritage. The Vedas comprises thousands of verses in four books: the Rig Veda, the Yajurveda, the Samaveda, and the Atharvaveda. So let's see a video made by Anmol Badan.
The wisdom, knowledge, dharma, and codes for Vedas were transmitted verbally for ages through one oral tradition in our culture. That was wonderful video. Thank you, Anmol Badhan.
Ayurveda means the science of life. Ayurvedic knowledge originated in India more than 5,000 years ago and is often called mother of all healing. It stems from the ancient Vedic culture and was taught for many thousands of years in an oral tradition accomplished by masters to their disciples. Now, Charanpreet will brief us all with Ayurveda.
Charanpreet, please unmute yourself, Pete.
India.
Charanpreet, you are still on mute, Bete.
We celebrate, accept people of different religions, founded family culture.
Charanpreet, we still can't hear you, beta. Okay, maybe she's facing some issue. So I'll just take you through the presentation.
Environment. Ayurveda and nature are closely related. Its knowledge allows us to follow a lifestyle where we and nature forms one complete cohesive bond. Ayurveda is the knowledge of significance of plants, herbs, and environment in our life and how its importance changes as the world changes and grows. From using natural remedies to grow bonds with the environment, from universal balance to life forces within ourselves. Ayurveda is the knowledge of nature and we have one planet. We must save it. Let's start by taking small steps, by changing ourselves, our lifestyle, and become someone who protects nature as much as it protects us. Ayurved's knowledge shall bring our sustainability idea to reality. Planting various herbs in school campus and spreading awareness about Ayurveda are some steps followed by our Kamla Nehru Public School towards the goal of sustainability. Thank you.
Ayurveda is the mysterious box of medical science. The great thing about Ayurveda is that its treatment always yields side benefits, not side effects. That was amazing, Charanpreet. Thank you.
Architecture is sculpture with the gestures of human occupation. The architecture of India is rooted in its history, culture, and religion. I personally love visiting to some of the famous architecture, be it Kailash Temple, Ellora Caves, the Taj Mahal, Dalhousie Square. Let's talk to Chanveer and Simran. Over to you, Chanveer and Simran.
Architecture is the learned game, correct and magnificent of forms assembled in life, and it speaks of its time and place, but yearn for timelessness. A very cheerful good morning to one and all present here. I, Chanveer,
And I, Simran.
are here to share some information about Indian architecture. What does culture mean to you? The caves dating from the 2nd century BC to the 5th century AD are the most iconic sites, exemplifying Buddhist rock cut architecture and ancient Indian art. Culture mean to us is conservation of architectural and cultural heritage.
How does sustainability play a role in your community culture? Culture connects the people. We are preserving our ancient architect. It is being passed on to generation after generation.
Sikh architecture. Sikh architecture was initially developed within Sikhism. Its style has been used in many non-religious buildings due to its beauty. Golden Temple. The Golden Temple is the most celebrated monument in Amritsar, known as much for its spiritual significance as for its architectural beauty. Baba Atal Sahib Ji.
The nine-story tower is one of its kind of architecture differed from the other Sikh worship places in India.
Shri Patna Sahib. Shri Patna Sahib was built by Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the first Maharaja of the Sikh Empire, who also built many other gurdwaras in the Indian subcontinent. The current shrine of Patna Sahib or Takht Shri Harimandir Ji Sahib was built in 1950s. Some famous gurdwaras in India.
Our school action a step towards sustainability. Our school is the e-waste collection center. We generate awareness and collect e-waste to give it for recycling. Our school is trying to do a bit to save environment and climate.
All credits to thank you.
Thank you.
At its root, architecture exists to create the physical environment in which people live, but architecture is more than just built environment. It's also a part of our culture. It stands as a representation how we see ourselves as we how we see the world. This is perfectly explained by Chanveer and Simran. Thank you. Now we would like to hand over to Hargun and Suhani.
Thank you, Pritika and Revati. Yajna means sacrificing for the ego, selfishness, material attachments, adopting rational thinking, and humane compassion for the welfare of all. Now, Revati and Ria will be telling all of us about a basic tradition, Havan Yajna, in our Indian culture. Over to you, Revati and Ria.
Being Indian is not in blood as much as it is in our culture.
Culture is way of life of group of people. It refers to whole deposit of knowledge, experience, beliefs and religion. Every culture has its own limitations.
Yes, you are right, Ria. For us, our culture is Havan Yajna.
So let's see a video to get more clarity about it.
Key.
He. How's you?
I am fine. What about you?
Am good. How are you doing in your new school?
We have been working on a project Indian culture in which we are relating culture with our environment. I have chosen Havan Yajna. So please can you tell me something about it?
Okay, let me explain to you. Havan Yajna is also part of our culture. Havan Yajna is Vedic tradition. It is a kind of devotion to God, which includes offering oblations and libations into sacred fire to symbolic offering in the presence of sacred fire, also known as Agni. In India it is practiced since ages.
Sounds interesting.
Pulling samagri packet, 1 coconut, fruits of 25 types, 10 palm leaves, ghee, milk, honey, sugar, yogurt, dry fruits, sweets and much more things are being dedicated to the sacred fire in Havan Kund.
Why do we perform this activity?
Havan purifies the surrounding air. It creates a pure, nutritional and medicinal atmosphere. Fire acts as a pesticide for the place. The mantras which are being recited during yajna is very good for eardrums. It even removes foul odors from the surrounding atmosphere.
Oh. It's eco-friendly.
You may have seen Agni and Yajna play a central role in Hindu weddings. Various mutual promises between the bride and groom are made in front of the fire, and the marriage is completed by actual or symbolic walk around the fire. Rig Vedic mantra is recited in the presence of fire. On the opening of new shops, malls, or on the time of Grih Parwash, people usually perform this activity.
That's amazing.
Yep. By the way, you learning in which school?
I have taken new admission in Kamla Nehru Public School. My buddy told me that every year Haven Yajna is being organized in our school and starting of the new session.
Wow. That's wonderful. Okay, I have to leave now.
Meet you soon. Thanks for telling me.
Through this video, we had shown what culture meant to us. Also, culture plays a crucial role in sustainability of our community. Some steps have been taken by our school, like Urine Gold. We were the national winners of this project. We not only preached, but we implemented it. All the urine is collected and transformed into water and used to irrigate plants and gardens in our school. Thank you.
The philosophy of Yagna teaches a way of living in the society in harmony, a living style to promote and protect higher human values in the society, which is indeed the basis of human culture. The Urine Gold project is indeed a wonderful step taken by the school. Thank you, Revti and Ria. That was indeed a beautiful video reflecting our ancient tradition of Havan Yajna and our values.
The world needs people like Bishnois. The world needs people who have love, care, and affection for this beautiful Mother Earth. The Bishnois are considered as the first environmentalists of India. Love for all creatures, care for all creatures, empathy for all the creatures. Bishnoi community is a reflection of Indian culture.
They are born nature lovers. They have for centuries married eco conservation with their faith, making it one of the most ecologically relevant orders of today.
One of their principal tenets, Amar Rakhve, that means to provide shelter for abandoned animals so that they can live the rest of their life with dignity.
If the trees are saved in exchange of our heads, it will be cheap transaction. Amrita said by Amrita Devi Bishnoi, and that's indeed very true. Bishnoi is not just a holy sect, religion, but a way of life. They are born nature lovers. We do need many more people like the Bishnois who have eternal love for the Mother Earth in their hearts.
Namaskar means I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, peace, and joy. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. Now, Manroop will be presenting one short video on Namaskar through which all of us will get to know that what Namaskar really symbolizes. Over to you, Manroop.
What is Namaskar? It is Namaste that has always been symbolic of India. The word Nama occurs in the Rig Veda as well as in later Vedic texts. It is a traditional Indian greeting or gesture of respect, made by bringing the palms together before the face or chest and bowing. In some contexts, Namaste is used by one person to express gratitude for assistance offered or given, and to thank the other person for his or her generous kindness. Use of Namaskar Namaste or Namaskar is used as a respectful form of greeting, acknowledging and welcoming a relative, guest or stranger. Importance of Namaskar in COVID-19. Shaking hands are all gestures to show familiarity and love, but in times of social distancing and isolation, we have been forced to turn to alternatives. The Namaste is the most hygienic greeting in the world. There is no physical contact between two people, and so the chances of passing infections are minimal. The virus is spread through the respiratory droplets, which can infect another person if you shake hands. World leaders have ditched the handshake and have taken to the Indian pleasantry of folding their hands in a namaste.
The joining of the two palms epitomizes the left and right hemispheres of the brain, representing unification. Thank you, Manroop, for letting us all know the value and significance of Namaskar in our Indian culture.
Eating food with spoon can be considered as manners, but eating food with hands gives a real satisfaction of food. Many Indians believe that eating with your hands creates a mindful experience and is a mark of respect to nature and the food. Now, our mates Nandini and Gursimran will be showing one presentation through which they will be connecting the habits of eating food with hands and the Indian culture. Over to you, Nandini and Gursimran.
To eat is a necessity, but to eat intelligently is an art. A very warm good morning to one and all present here. My friend Gusimran and I, Nandini, is here from class 11B. I'm looking forward to talking with you today about the skills of eating with hands. For us, culture is eating with hands. In the modern society, we've always heard that eating food with hands is unhygienic, but you won't believe that it is more hygienic than eating with a spoon or a fork. Here are 4 reasons why you should ditch the cutlery and start eating with hands now. Vedic tradition.
Eating food with hands is our Vedic tradition. In our Indian culture, it is said that eating food with your hands fed not only the body but also the mind and the spirit.
Improves digestion. When we touch our food with hands, our brain prepares our stomach that we are about to eat. So our stomach is ready for the digesting of the food, which ultimately result in better digestion. Gives satisfaction.
Eating with hands gives more satisfaction as compared to eating with the spoon. Studies show that when a person eats a food with hands, he feels satisfied as compared to the people who eats food with spoon or fork.
Protect mouth from getting burnt. While eating with a spoon or a fork, we don't pay much attention on the temperature of the food and sometimes burn our mouth. But when we are eating with hands, we can actually feel the temperature of the food and prevent our mouth from getting burnt. Prevents many diseases. As per Vedic knowledge, our hands and feet consist of 5 elements: heaven, air, fire, water, and earth. Thumb represents fire, the middle finger represents heaven, the ring finger represents earth, and the little finger represents water.
If any of these 5 elements is imbalanced, then it might lead to diseases. So when we eat food with our hands, we join our thumb and fingers, which maintain the balance between these elements and therefore protect us from many diseases.
Every year in our school, on sports day and on annual day, children promote SDGs by doing performances like singing songs, dancing, plays, acting, etc. In this way, we are learning to take care of environment, and at the same time, we are conveying the message to the society to take care of the planet. So I hope I have convinced you what you were been waiting for. Toss the cutlery away and begin eating your dishes in the old girl way to ensure a healthier life. At last, you don't need a silver fork to eat a good food. Thank you for patiently listening.
It is not harmful to humans to eat food with hands. It, in fact, protects us from many damaging microbes in the environment. When you eat food with the hands, the flora in the fingers is swallowed. It is beneficial for health and for various body parts. Thank you, Nandini and Gursimran, for letting all of us know the benefits of eating food with hands and it being a part of our Indian culture.
We do not see Mother Earth with our eyes, but with our understandings. Mother Earth provides home and food to all of us. It is our duty to protect our beautiful Mother Earth. Now we have a beautiful presentation by our friends with which they will tell us the real beauty of Mother Earth. Over to you, Isha Gurleen and Sukhman.
Culture is the total way of life that people in the society are blessed with. Culture is the characteristics of a particular group of people defined by everything from language, religion, social habits, music, and arts.
Through culture, we are governed by norms and customs, which are the pillars of any society.
So, good morning to one and all present here today. I, Isha,
And I, Sukhmanpreet,
are going
I'm
to
going
share
to share
some
the
relation of Indian
presentation.
culture with the Mother Earth.
In the beginning, God had created the heaven and the Mother Earth.
In the Indian culture, there is a great respect for Mother Earth.
Do you know? We Indian always say Bharat Mata ki Jai.
It's like the hug of a Mother Earth.
In Sanskrit language, the Mother Earth is called Prithvi, Dharti Mata, and Bhumi. Here
Here,
we all can see the farmers is worshipping Mother Earth for good cultivation of crops.
respecting nature means recognizing that all living things have a right to live on this planet and we must do our part not to harm them.
Every year, a school plants sapling on International Day of Peace.
Even a school organizes learning marketplace event every year wherein we exhibit our work on sustainable development goals.
So, a great credit goes to Google and our team. Thank you.
Mother Earth supports all life by providing all necessary things to us. It is a home to many plants, animals, birds, and insects. We should not pollute her and should not waste resources it provides us. Thank you, Isha Gulin and Sukhman. You have made all of us realize what our Mother Earth has been doing for all of us since ages.
Atithi Devo Bhava is the spirit of my country. Even the treatment of five-star hotels would fail if we would compare it with the treatment that we give to our guests. It's the art of hospitality. Now, our friends Manjeet, Ruchika, Pradeep, and Sharanpreet will be presenting one presentation which will help us to know our culture in the form of Atithi Devo Bhava. Over to you.
A warm good morning to one and all present here. We, the students of Kamla Nehru Public School of grade 11th B, are going to discuss about the topic Atithi Devo Bhava. So let's start.
Guest is good. India is one of the many countries which has a culture and tradition to treat guests like God. In Sanskrit, Atithi Deva Bhava means guest is like God.
An integral part of the Indian culture, it says that no distinction should be made based on the guest's caste, color, or creed, and he or she should be showered with all love, care, and affection.
This unique code of conduct laid down in the ancient Hindi scriptures named Taittiriya Upanishad.
You become the one who considers that guests are equivalent to God.
Matrudeva Bhava, Pitrudeva Bhava, Acharya Deva Bhava, Atideva Bhava.
It literally means be one for whom the mother is God, be one for whom the father is God, be one for whom the teacher is God, and be one for whom the guest is God.
Ritual or puja. In Hinduism, personal God is worshipped in a five-step worship. This is known as Panchopchar Puja. Now let's discuss about these points.
Flower offering. A flower is a gesture of goodwill. When the guest departs, the flower symbolizes the sweet memories of the visit that stay with them for several days.
Fragrance. While receiving guests, the room must have a pleasant fragrance because it will put a guest in good humor.
Lamp or Deepa. Prior to the electrification of India, a lamp was put between host and guest so that expression and body language would remain clearly visible and therefore no gap would be created between host and guest.
Eatables, fruits and sweets made of milk were offered to guests.
Rice. It is a symbol of being undivided. A tilak is the highest form of welcome in the Hindu Indian family.
As we are talking about Atithi Devo Bhava, our school is the best example of it. We welcome every guest with core of our heart. We treat our guests as a god. Our principal, Miss Paramjit Kautillo, staff members and students has welcomed 20 Miss Multinational in the school premises with all love, care and affection.
We can relate this picture with climate, as earlier we have done climate action project in which we have done Skype sessions, made charts and banners. Also, we studied about the causes and effects of climate and try to solve issues and take action by grow more and more trees and use 3 R's, that is reduce, reuse and recycle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Atithi Devo Bhava prescribes a dynamic of the host-guest relationship which embodies the traditional Indian Hindu-Buddhist philosophy of revering guests with same respect as God. Thank you Ruchika, Pardeep, Manjeet and Sharanpreet for the wonderful presentation. India is land of cultures and Atithi Devo Bhava is one of the most important aspects of our beautiful culture.
Poetry is the art of uniting pleasure with the truth. A poem is something that expresses your feelings, that expresses the truth. A poem reflects the inner and the outer personality of a person.
Now, what if a poetry is connected to culture? It will definitely have a beautiful impact on our minds.
Now, Kamaksha will be reciting a poem to let all of us know the beauty of Indian culture. Over to you, Kamaksha.
A very pleasant good morning to one and all present here. I, Kamaksha from Kamla Nehru Public School, is going to present a poem written by me on Indian culture. India has a beautiful culture and heritage, from Red Fort to Ramayana, written by Valmiki sage. India has beautiful Taj Mahal in Agra and is popular in dances like Kathak and Bhangra. India is famous for basmati rice, which is very tasty and nice. India's daily food is dal roti, and village people generally wear kurta dhoti. Indian women wear suit and saris, and one can find lot of ghoda gadis. Women here wear bangles and bindi. Each Indian knows Hindi. Where Ganga wood Himalaya cave, and man dream God. I am hallowed, my body touch the sod. It may be its sculptures, it may be its scriptures, it may be its culture. Come and read it. All Indians live in unity, and it's a great beauty. So visit my country, India. It's one of the most cultured country in Asia. Others might have forgotten, but never can I. The flag of my country feels very high. Thank you.
Wow, what a beautiful poem. Thank you very much, Kamaksha. You're absolutely right. Indians can never forget their culture and traditions. Each and every bit of our great epics, Vedas, Shastras remind us all the glorious beauties of Indian culture.
Family is not always blood.
It is the people in your life who want you in theirs.
The ones who accept you for who you are.
The ones who would do anything to see you smile.
And who love you no matter what. This is family, and to be one family is in our Indian culture, and this is our culture.
To be one family is an integral part of our Indian culture.
Here we have a presentation which will let all of us know our Indian culture as Vasudev Kutumbakam.
I am a citizen of the country which had a king like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Emperor Ashoka.
I am a citizen of the country where after every 50 miles the style and the looks of the people gets changed.
I am a citizen of that country who understood the geography of the entire universe before the geography of the very own nation. A very wonderful morning to everyone present here. I, Sohani.
And I, Hargun, and we are going to share what role does Vasudev Kutumbakam play in our Indian culture and what's the importance of Vasudev Kutumbakam in the lives of we, the Indians. For us, culture is Vasudev Kutumbakam.
For us, the definition of culture is Vasudev Kutumbakam.
For us, the culture is to be one family.
Ayam Nijahaveti Garna Laghu Chetasam Udar Charitana to Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The mantra reads the thought that this is mine and that is somebody else appear only to those with a narrow mind. For the large hearted ones, however, the entire world is a family. Vasudev Kutumbakam, a Sanskrit phrase found in the Hindu text of Maha Upanishad, has been a part of Indian culture since ages. The word Vasudev Kutumbakam as a whole means the entire earth is thus a family.
Vasudev Kutumbakam is our cultural heritage. Indians are proud of their culture and traditions, the basis of which is Vasudev Kutumbakam. Also found in the Rigveda, it is considered as the most important moral value in the Indian society. Since ancient times, the most important objective of education in Asia has been to inculcate the universal human values and to prepare the citizens needed for the creation of a humane Vasudev Kutumbakam, a global family. This was clear in Vedic values, which is considered as an influential source of ethical, spiritual, and philosophical foundations of Asian societies, emphasizing global peace and harmony for several centuries.
The nations of which we identity. Culture is the books, these patterns, teaching and learning approaches. We will
Our Indian culture as Vasudev Kutumbakam teaches us to maintain love, peace, and harmony not only in our surroundings but also in this entire universe. Our school teachers are trying to inculcate such manners in each and every child because they want to make the leaders of tomorrow a better human being today. They want them to spread peace and harmony all around the world. We all are one family. At last, but not the least, we would like to end up with the quote: all the differences in this world are of degree and not of kind.
Because oneness is the secret of everything. This is Indian culture, and to be one family, to be united. That's the reason we, the Indians, believe in unity in diversity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Hargun and Sohani. Thank you so much, all my dear students. Respected Principal Ma'am, hope you would have liked the efforts of my students. Ma'am, I request you to please share your views with us. Ma'am, please.
My beloved students and their great teachers, I am short of words. I've been mesmerized with your culture assembly today. I am indebted to you for being such wonderful students of our school. I'm so thankful to Kiran and her team of teachers who have prepared these students as such. I just loved every bit of what I saw today and was feeling so good. Was feeling so proud of being an Indian, and then all of you making us remember that at the end of the day we are Indian and our culture is the best. Let me begin what I saw today. I did pen down a few points. Amritpal, in this 1 year and 2 months of remote learning, I've never heard of a prayer sung so sweetly as you sang. What a thought and what a wonderful comparison with the sunflower and how it moves and then how we are there behind, always looking up to God. It was fabulous prayer. Keep it up, son. One day you're going to rule the hearts of millions of children because you have a lovely voice. Love the comparers. Ritika and Revti, you were very good. Asta and Diksha, Shastras in a culture, human values, beautifully depicted. Thank you. I think I'll have to go in for a number of salutes for each one of you. And then it was Saurav and Ian's turn, culture and Mother Earth. I liked that. I liked every bit of everything I saw today. Moving on was Master Anmol, the Vedas, the video which was prepared by Anmol Badan. I think that's what the full name is. It was very good. I just loved it. Miss Charan Preet Kaur, and then you went for Ayurveda video, Science of Life, beautiful presentation and a lovely voice you had. And thank you so much for being so good and putting one after the other. I was counting the total number of items. There were so many of them. And then the comparing was taken over by Hargun and Sohani. Thank you. It was a welcome change. All the four of them were fabulous and too good for words. And then Miss Chanveer Kaur and Miss Simran. Architecture and then the history of the various gurdwaras, that was too good, and really loved seeing all of them. And then Miss Revti and Miss Ria, they were there with Havna Yajna. And I love the video which they have created on Plotagon. I think I'll have to investigate and understand how do we make it. And see, it's such a beautiful time when we the facilitators are co-learners too. So thank you so much for using all these new tools so that even we can learn from you in this cultural project. And then we had Nancy and Pritika. Bishnoi community. So good you remember them because they were so much for sustainability and they always loved animals and they are known for their love for animals and protection of Mother Earth and everybody living on it. And it was again the comparers were Hargun and Sohani, I think, if I'm right, yes. And then we have your 10th item was by Master Manru, Namaskar. It was so good how scientifically you could relate a Namaskar, and it's a fact too. And then the dope spark, which you all had prepared, was very, very good. I just loved everything what I saw over there. So thank you so much for being so good. And then followed by Nandini and Gursimran, right? Eating food with spoon and then why with your hand and then the for good reason to drop the spoon and fork around. Right? Yes, we attempted, I don't know when we left our good old ways and when we started a good old, the new Western culture, whatever the culture it is. Though in many parts of India, we still hold these traditions to our heart. So thank you so much. And then rightly said, silver fork doesn't mean that you're eating good food. It's mindfulness when you eat. So very good. Very nice thought which was shared here. And then we had Miss Gulleen Kaur, Miss Sukhman, Miss Isha, and the beauty of Mother Earth is what we talked about. Thank you so much for taking us through this, the beauty of the Mother Earth. And of course, Atiti Deva Bhava was another thing, and another presentation by Pardeep, Sharanpreet Kaur, Manjeet Kaur, Ruchika. I just wanted to remember who did what, and so I said, come what may, I have to pen down these because look at the efforts these children have put in along with the teacher. Thank you so much for being so good. And then Miss Kamaksha, she put up a lovely, lovely poem. I just loved every bit of it. And Kamaksha, very good, well done, keep it up. On Indian culture, she could join everything with everything which we can ever imagine. So, and then Vasudeva Kutumbakam was another, the end one by Sohani and Hargun, and the role of family and the cultural heritage and the SDGs. A beautiful assembly, a wonderful assembly, great students, great teachers, and I bow my head in front of you, children, because I've learned so much today and I can visualize, imagine the efforts you have put in. And I'm thankful to Charu Madam, also the vice principal, who was involved in maybe some rehearsals, giving some ideas here and there, and cheering you up. So keep it up, children. You are the future of this country, and the future of this country should be, the roots should be, actually holding the Indian culture with them. You may not stay in India. You are free to choose your future and the place where you would like to spend of your life. You may go to any country you want, but hold this Indian culture close to your heart. We just cannot forget it. Adopt new things, but have the wings to fly, but hold the roots tight. That's what is important. God bless you and thank you so much. I'm elated today. I'm happy today. God bless you. God give you all the strength in the world, children. The world is yours. Conquer it. Fly high. Take everything along with you. Dream the impossible and achieve your dreams. You are unstoppable. Go ahead. Do what you feel like. Do it with your heart in. Thank you. Thank you, Kiran. Wonderful morning today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your words are really a reward for us for all the efforts which we have put in for the assembly. Thank you so much for all those encouraging words, ma'am. And ma'am, just to inform you, it was just one class, grade 11th B. A rest of our 11th classes, they are also preparing and will be coming soon with something wonderful once again, ma'am.
That's so good. Please make sure they see this recording because you have set a very high benchmark for everybody.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, definitely, ma'am, we will do it. It was just my class, and thank you so much, ma'am, for all those lovely words. Thank you so much. You made our day today. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Darling, you made my day today. Thank you. It's mutual. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you.